I'm Dale Ball.
And I'm David Perez.
And this is Big Baller TV. And today we're going to do something we haven't done in a long time. We've done some remodeling on the shop. We've been doing some accumulating. And the place is looking amazing. And what we want to do is take you for a walk through history right now. And what we're going to do is start right here in the baseball area. What you're looking at is 1968, 1969 graded Topps cards. We've got stuff down on the bottom that are Gaudy cards from the originals. Down through here we have other graded cards. We start hitting LeBron James down here. If you look up on the walls, you see a piece of history in every part of the shop. You look at Mickey Mantle, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth. Part of history that you find nowhere else. You walk into other shops, you can see people having things up for sale. And it's part of the immediate history that's been going on and what they're building now. They, once in a while, will get a piece of history that comes of people walking in. With the accumulation of history in this shop, and some of the items that we've been coming upon are more rare than even some of the Smithsonian Institute has accommodated over years. Tom Mauricio, however you want to pronounce his name, will be doing an interview with me in 3 days down in Southern California. As you know from past events, that is O.J. Simpson's little guy he was with, and we'll bring him the show to you. But if you look up here, you've got Babe Ruth. Right here, you got Michael Jordan, Fenway Park, another one of Jordan. You got a piece of history in every wall. Do yourself a favor, come on over and see what we have. And take a look and see what you can take home for your family. Because history is something you only find once. It's not something that you will find in every house you go into. It changes for each part of history they've accumulated. But the history we bring to you comes from several different places around the world. Come take a look at Big Baller Auction's house. Take a look at what's up for auction, get your bids in. Now we're going to go and introduce you to a gentleman that I've known for quite a while. So we're going to go ahead and flip the camera around and show you a part of history.
Let's go.
Hi, my name is Tom Simbritsky. I've known this man for a long, long time.
Go ahead and tell him how you know me.
He was a snotty-nosed 14-year-old kid at Lemoore High School when I was the science teacher and football coach back in the day.
And we had some crazy times.
Yeah, no doubt.
He got to experience the run of not only me, but some of the other athletes that went professional, from Lorenzo Neal to Daryl Bruce, and quite a few others that were over there in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was really fortunate. So I had Charlie and Tommy Jones, Gene Smith, Josh Kloster. At one time, Lemoore High School had 6 players playing at Fresno State, all from the same time. I was 24 years old. Didn't really know anything about anything, but it was hard to mess up. And athletes definitely make you a good coach. So I had that little short run there where I was pretty good.
And if I remember right, when you came back to Lemoore High School, you were a quarterback. If I remember right, coming from where?
Yeah, I grew up in Texas. My mom remarried a guy in the service, so my junior year I relocated to Lemoore NAS, and that's how I got to Lemoore. And it was a good run. Yeah, we were good. We lost in the Valley Championship game my senior year to West Bakersfield. And then I went to school and then was able to come back and be a teacher and a coach. So it was a lot of fun. Good stuff.
We had a lot of fun, not only in football and on the trips, but in the classroom.
Yeah.
And what you didn't know, well, we always looked at you in a way and we laughed. Not making fun of you, but you reminded all of us, me, Tommy, Russell Glasby.
Yeah.
We used to watch this movie called Porky. You remember the movie Porky from way back in the day, old school movie?
I may have seen it, but I'm not 100% sure.
They had this guy that they went to school with 2 years prior,
Okay.
and he came back to school.
Got it.
And he became their basketball coach,
Oh.
and he was the down-to-earth basketball coach
Oh.
everybody wanted to hang out with. It was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Anyways, we used to associate you with that. We used to laugh
Okay.
about it.
That's
It was
fun.
actually a pretty cool thing.
I'll tell you what, that 5th period science class that you were in, it was a handful. It was right after lunch, and there were a few characters, I can guarantee you.
I think if I remember right, it was me, Russell Glasby, and I think you had a bunch of the other wrestlers that I wrestled with in there as well. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Anyways, on the history side of what we've done,
Yeah.
I want to show you what we got here. What's going on with this puppy?
Jeez Louise. That's heavy duty right there. Heavy duty.
This is an officer's start. Okay. This is supposed to have been the sword that was used in Officer and Jeff. True or not, we don't know that to be a fact at this moment. We're doing a bunch of research on it. What we do know for a fact, it is an authentic sword given off the Kennedy sword.
Got it.
Very
Beautiful.
nice, very heavy,
beautiful.
made out of the Toledo steel.
Yeah.
Dave, take a look at that. Dave's all masked up with him and that in his hand. I think we're ready to go Mortal Kombat on the next round.
Yeah. Finish him. Yeah, that's nice. It's heavy.
It's very heavy.
Very, very, very heavy sword. That, we've got that up for a pretty decent price right now. We lowered the price to help some people. That's going to be coming up to auction in the next round along with a few of the others. Put that back into this nice hand. Now the next one we have here belongs to our cameraman. Okay. Go ahead and take over that. Watch your hands on that. Got the signs already been authenticated. Don't touch the ladies. This one has already been authenticated by JSA. This belonged to one of the people off of the Highlander, signed by the actor from the TV show. I wish it had been the one for the movie. Our other guy that we deal with, William Castleberry, has the one from the actual movie. Pretty amazing piece right there.
That's heavy.
Now, a couple months back or so, we showed you a masonry piece that we came upon, which was a person being inducted into masonry. This right here, let's go ahead and read this camera for
It says Knights of Columbus. Yep.
me. This is supposed to be also one of the swords that's presented to the masonry. We're not sure exactly which level or class of masonry because they have different degrees.
Right.
But what we're going to be doing is a lot of research on this sword. What we do know is that it's going to go somewhere $800, maybe up to $2,000 or more, depending on who wants it. It's going to be built into a shadow box with the docking material we have from the masonaries, and we're going to piece them together. There's a lot. Now, my next one I'm going to bring up is Dave. Mortal Kombat, baby. These are from Mortal Kombat.
These are so lightweight.
Yeah. They go into this plaque here that gets mounted, sits. I'll show you a picture of them together in a moment.
They're okay, but I'd use them for a bottle opener.
I need them to cut wood when I go camping next weekend. Surprisingly enough, the person that brought these to us only wanted $250 for these, which surprised me because they were pretty unique. Now this last sword we're going to talk about is pretty unique. You see the letters on here, which are diagrammed for the person that went to. This sword is from the Indian War. Somewhere back between 1800 up to early 19, very, very early, maybe 1909 at the latest. We do know for a fact by who it belonged to that the sword was to an officer from there. We know the family, we got all the documentation on where it came from. This is what they call a working sword. If you look on here, it tells who it was from.
Something Miller.
Geo Miller. Geo Miller was alive during the time period of the Indian War. He was born, I believe we found out somewhere between 1798-ish, right around, early 1800 right there. We didn't get the exact date from the daughter because she was kind of all over the place on it. But the documentation that it came with, along with his uniform and a few other things that are there that we have accessible to us, tells us for a fact that she was legit. She also has his dress sword with all the gems now. Now this sword, we found out there are some remade ones that were done, and there are remade ones that were made, sell for anywhere between $250 up to about $900. This original sword, with documentation it comes with, goes for anywhere between $9,000. The one that they have online right now is sitting there at $15,000. That doesn't mean somebody's going to pay that. That means that's what somebody's asking. This sword could go $100,000. It could go for $2,000. The lady gave us this piece is something that she's going to use to pay her bills, her light bills, and everything else with. So like a lot of other seniors, we have to take care of it. Now,
Cool.
I want you to tell us about this piece you got right here.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
All right. So I was an avid card collector as a kid. Not very well off, so I didn't have a lot of money. And when I was able to, I would go to the store and I'd usually buy a pack of bubble gum, cards with the gum in it. And I just saved them. And, next thing you know, it's 50 years later. I got 2 daughters now. I got the coach's curse, And I asked them the other day, I said, hey, anybody want any of this? There might be a little bit of value to it. And they're like, nah, Dad, I don't want it. And so with the fact that I saw that Dale Ball kind of hit the screen a little bit lately, finding one of the rarest Babe Ruth cards ever, or maybe the rarest. I said, well, I knew that young man, and I thought I'd come over and see if look around your shop. I've always done that. Love to go to collectible shops, pawn shops, coin shops. I love it. Just walking around, taking a look. My ball marker for golf is a Mercury head diamond. So that I've always liked doing that. So I just had some stuff. I said, hey, I called up Dale's shop and said, hey, I used to be Dale's high school teacher and coach, and wondering if he'd come take a look at my stuff. He calls me right back, says, hey, come on over. You want to shoot a video? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, really. So I started doing a little research on YouTube. So saw you guys and what you did, and I thought it was pretty impressive. Then I got to the shop, and it's really impressive. That's the thing that's really cool. So anyway, I had a Brett Favre. Somebody gave it to me as a gift somewhere. I think it's autographed, signed, or not autographed, but it's signed, limited edition up to 4,000. So I've had that for years. I think that was the first year that they won the Super Bowl. Picked up a Johnny Miller autographed Pebble Beach Pro-Am, because that's where they used to have all the Pro-Am stuff there. So again, it was just stuff that I liked. I went to the U.S. Open at Pebble this year and saw somebody peddling this thing for a couple bucks, and so I picked it up. And I've just kept all my cards around for years. So most of the years it was probably around the early 70s, and, the early to mid 70s. Some later stuff in the 90s, but just stuff that I held on to. I value the stuff that I like, so I don't usually have anything. But anyway, I just brought a bunch of stuff, old football cards. I found some Conseco Raider rookies because he was hot as heck back in the day. I collected Mark Grace because I really liked Mark Grace.
Yeah.
I thought he was a stud. And anything football related I liked. Tom.
Did any of, remember Tony Costa?
Oh yeah.
Tony played for the Astros.
Yeah. No, I know Danny real well.
I remember when him and I pissed guns each other.
Yeah.
So I took him off the farm, off the farm building. First pitch he gave me, bink.
Yeah. So OJ stuff, old Willie Mays stuff, just and then the basketball stuff was kind of cool back in the day. I was a big Sixers fan because they were really good back in the day. So loved Julius Erving. I got a chance to watch them play in his final year. It was really cool. My college roommate ended up playing in the NFL, which was really a lot of fun. I got this. He played for about 8 teams, and I got to go to a lot of games and a lot of things. And he spent most of his career in Philadelphia in the good years with Randall Cunningham and Reggie White and those guys. So hanging around there, I'd go my first year teaching. I went there and I spent the whole week at practice with them. And Buddy Ryan was the coach then, so I got to go into the locker room and hang out with those guys and get to just kind of got a relationship with him for a week. But the funniest thing was, I just saw Herman Edwards, who I had met back when he was playing. I got to play Pebble Beach last summer, and so I'm pulling up to go to the practice round, and I see Herman Edwards there. And so I said, hey, Herm, you don't remember me? I met you, my college roommate was, and I told him David Little, and he said, David, what is he doing now? So anyway, I had a conversation with him, so it was just kind of fun. I've had great experiences with a lot of people because of the players and people that I've been around. So been fortunate enough.
National card you have here.
Yeah.
There's one of your box.
Oh, okay.
Clemente is one of the hottest old cards on the market.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Even though this is a 71,
Yeah.
they call this is called mid-size card.
Okay.
At least that's what I call it, mid-size cards.
Yeah.
Because they have big ones like this and smaller. This is actually a pretty valuable card, even though it's a 71.
Okay, I actually have a Clemente, but it's probably in about it might have been his last year, yeah. His last year before he got in a wreck.
You got that one. He's got this one up for auction right now.
Oh, do you really? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just, again.
This one goes even raw, and that card's worth grading.
You think so?
Yeah. Looking at this card, looking at the corners on this, and looking at what it is, this card right here could very easily do $800, $1,000, $1,500 because it's going to grade. See how sharp the corners are on it?
Yeah.
If you look, all your borders are even here and here.
Yeah.
So what it'll do is probably grade 8, 8.5, 9.
Wow.
I don't think we're going to get a 10 out of it because we never get that lucky.
Yeah, right.
But if you did get lucky enough where we got you a 10 out of that, that card would push upwards of 10,000 if it hit 10.
Yeah,
But realistically, it's going to pull an 8.
That's
realistically, because that's usually.
Yeah, so
what happens.
I always try to collect people that I like. So as a kid, I loved Joe Namath. I wanted to be him. I always wore number 12, whatever shoes he wore, Riddell, Puma, I always have. So that was my thing. I always wanted to be Joe Namath. So I've been on the hunt for a rookie card for Joe Namath. They're very expensive.
Yeah.
You know, they're basically, it looks like a cartoon. You know.
Do I have one?
Huh?
Do I have one? You know.
I don't know. I think you did have one. I don't know what that.
Yeah, they're,
I think I do.
and most of them are graded. Most of them are graded, so it costs you even more. So I've been kind of looking around for a long time for that. Maybe one day before I die.
I have one, I think, in a 1. It's either a 1 or a 4.
Yeah, and you know, and that's the way they are. The only affordable ones for guys like me, guys that are educators, are the ones that are poorly graded. Right. So yeah.
You get lucky now and then.
Yeah.
One person walking here now and then.
Yeah.
You know?
So I like.
Might just pop up.
Like I said, I loved Walter Payton was a guy that I always liked, so I picked up a couple of his rookie cards just because I liked him. I'm from Texas, so I have 2 favorite teams: the Dallas Cowboys and whoever's playing the 49ers.
Wow.
Well, part of us will get along with them.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So we can both bag on the 49ers over there.
Yeah.
You could.
They made it
Unfortunately,
to the
they're
Super Bowl.
Okay.
They made it to the
Unfortunately-
Super Bowl, got a blessing, and couldn't close the envelope. I'm
Well,
just saying.
Unfortunately, they're really good for me because I hear it from all my friends
Yeah.
around here. But you know, that's the way it goes. So anyway, I picked up a lot of stuff along the way. Again, I love Joe Namath. Love anything Dallas usually. But you know, I was a big Roger Staubach fan back in the day. Obviously, Troy Aikman. So I have a lot of stuff at my house that are more cowboy related. I have one of the things that I've been able to go to a few of those games. I was at the game where Emmett broke the record, so I had the ticket and I put the jersey in the frame. And I was at the last game played there. As a matter of fact, Lorenzo played that game.
Yeah.
And so he was with the Ravens then. I came down. I was there with my whole family came in from Texas. They're down South Texas. They all came up, and my buddy lives there that I grew up with here in Lemoore. And so we go to the game. Lorenzo calls me. I buy the tickets from his wife.
Yeah.
When he was single, it was awesome because I just had tickets at the
I know.
And then when he got married,
I
you
don't
had
want
to
to talk
start
about the
getting-
ticket issue right now.
yeah, I'd start giving up the credit card. But so I paid for the tickets. We kind of pass them out. Then he calls me. He goes, "Hey, coach." He goes, "Come down to the field." He said, "I can get you through the tunnel. You can't be out there with us, but I can see you before and after the game." And I'm like, "All right." So you know, when you're in the visiting team, the tickets that they get to their fans are terrible. They're up in the nosebleed. So it takes me a while. I get down there. I see him before the game. After the game, I hustle back down there, and the Ravens pull off a comeback victory. It was Sunday night NFL game. So it's late, and he and Ray Lewis are walking off the field, and you know Ray Lewis, he's got his shoulder pad on and bandana, and he's walking, and they're on Ray Lewis, man. They're yelling at him, they're screaming at him, and Ray Lewis looks up and he goes, "Shut this MFer down." And then he and Lorenzo just started laughing, and they walked into the tunnel. It was pretty funny. Yeah, it was a good time, good stuff. So
We're going to step off that part because we only got so much for the video to do here.
Yeah.
And we're going to step on to something on the broadside you both. You ready?
Yep.
Yesterday, while I was out working, I ran into this beautiful lady over in Selma, and she's got this violin sitting up on top of her counter. She says, "We I want to send this thing to auction." And I said to her, "What do we got?" And I'm looking at it, and going, "Huh? I have about 2 or 3 of those right now. One of them's at auction. That looks like the Stradivarius remake, made in 1921. It probably is. My grandfather gave it to me in early 1920. So, I get the violin down, and she hands me this piece, and I look at this, and it's very old, definitely. Needs to be redone in a minute. And then she pulls this puppy out right here for me. not in the greatest of shape. I'm going to hand this down here to you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at that. Let's take on it. It's got something in it. Oh, it does. It's got something written on the inside. You know what it is.
Is that why you got the flashlight? I was wondering why you asked for my flashlight. You wouldn't tell me.
I want you to read what you read down in there. Now this is, we found out, number one for you, for the camera, this is not a remake. And I wish it was the Stradivarius, but it's not.
Friedrich, they're broke.
Tell them who it is. Rich, we did the research
It was
yesterday.
the King of Prussia.
Whoa.
This is the King of Prussia's
1712.
violin from 1712.
This
Wow.
is dated 1712.
Wow. That's amazing that wouldn't survive.
Now, the thing we don't know
Or
yet,
Grope, that's how you pronounce it, right? Grope?
Broke, I think, yeah.
the thing we don't know yet is exactly how valuable it is. We do know that it was made in the same time period as the Stradivarius was. There's a lot of research to be done on this right now. It is authentic 100%. It even has the bridge that came with it for the restoration to be done with it and on it and everything. Now, what I have been out to ascertain so far, by a conversation I had with my buddy over there at Heritage Auction this morning, is that what limited information he would give me, which wasn't a lot because he wants it there, not here, is that this particular violin is going to go somewhere between 20,000 upwards of 300,000 to 400,000, just by what he wouldn't tell, by what he's leading you to believe. Okay? And usually when I get information like that coming from the Houston office or the Beverly Hills office, they lowball you just like we do to tell people so you don't expect one thing to get more.
Back then they didn't have.
This violin could touch 500,000, it could touch a million. It's all about which one of you wants it the
Yeah,
most.
this is probably. Yeah, this is not. That's not original. There's some non-original piece on here. It looks like it's been rebuilt, but the inside, you know, telltale the tag on there is legitimately on there. There's no way unless they've taken the whole back out and put one on there.
So do you have that redone or do you leave it in its present state?
I would leave it
Right now, I won't do a darn thing to it because of the fact that even if this turns out to be as valuable as a Stradivarius, and there's a lot of work to be done and research to be done so far, I mean, it's still to be done, but so far what we've been able to find out is I won't touch a thing, number one, because of the fact that even a broken up, non-working, terrible Stradivarius
Yeah.
is $2 million plus.
Crazy.
You could always look up the bridge and see how this bridge is.
Now, the lady that this belongs to would love to see this bless her home, as we're going to do the best we can.
Oh, absolutely. That's cool.
Isn't that pretty
Good
amazing?
stuff. That is good stuff.
Put these back together and we'll set them where they're supposed to be so they don't get a chance to get this stuff.
Or drop, like you always do.
Yeah, like Dave drops the plates when we go searching.
Yeah, like, that was between you and the owner.
Yeah, I would tweet.
If you guys
with
go
the
watch
owner.
that video, rewatch that video, you're gonna see that him
I got
and
to
the
get
other
him to clip this video
are the
in
ones that
somehow, right?
Yeah.
We're
grabbed that at the
standing
same
there in
time.
the search down in Calabasas area, wherever it was, wherever we were at, down south, by the coast by San Diego.
By, yeah.
This
by
guy's showing us
yeah.
some stuff. And he's got these heritage plates, right? And he goes, I want you to see this. And I'm standing beside of Dave, and he's handing the plate to me, and he's handing it over to Dave. The plate's weighted on a piece of styrofoam. It just happens to be upon his wire and tuck up.
Yeah,
Oh.
so, him and the
A
owner.
limited edition.
Him and the owner grabbed it at the same time. I let go. He had it. The other guy has it. It flipped
Oh.
and braked right on camera.
Oh no.
It was pretty
I wanted to
hilarious.
laugh, but
I had to pay for it, obviously, but it was pretty hilarious.
it wasn't that much.
We've had a good time. Him and I have had a good time working. We're doing. Lorenzo pops in with us once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do an interview when get Lorenzo here
Yeah.
and be here with him.
Yeah, I talked to
We'll
him.
do better than that. We'll get Tommy, Lorenzo, Charlie, and Tony over here. 'Cause I talked to them all.
Yeah, that'd be
Bring him over because we just had we were talking off camera, like you guys know, Bill Berg was our coach in Reedley during that time. He was the coach in Lemoore, and I remember that game because Jones scored like 4 touchdowns that game. We got burned. I don't even think we scored a point. I think we got blown out that day.
I just
But Bill
want.
Berg was our coach in that game, And he was the coach for
I just
Lemoore.
got one question. Where's the paintball gonna do? You look like you're ready for the big.
That's the way it's going. Everybody's got to wear. Everybody got to wear masks. You know.
Agreed.
Anyways, if you haven't seen the news that's been released out, Big Baller TV will be going to channel 24 on the weekends, coming very shortly. It's already being sent out apparently through Central Valley today. I found out this morning because I got a phone call about it, and it looks like they're already letting people know.
That's good.
That's a good thing too.
Yeah.
So you know, Derek Carr, be ready to come on the show.
All right. I gotta
Derek
tell you,
Carr.
this kid from this
I
kid.
want Brady. Tom Brady. Me and him have got to talk about Brady's here.
Brady's in Tampa. We got to wait a couple of years.
That's all right. I figure I can go to Tampa and talk to him.
That was good.
See his sister Mo and have a talk with her about going
There
there.
you go. That's right.
Got to get Lorenzo hooked up.
Yeah. Well, this is Dale Ball from Big Baller TV.
David Perez.
Thompson Brinsky, I appreciate it.
We thank you for tuning in and look forward to the future episodes coming. We will be doing our interview on Thursday with Mr. Tom, the other Tom.
Oh, okay.
We got Tom and his other brother Tom.
There you go.
All kinds of stuff.
All right.
Anyway,
You need
so,
to mention the 2 subscribers who subscribe.
oh yes.
I need to get your information for the subscribers for the cards that I can send to you. I need your name and your address. You can send it to dperez213@msn.com. And then once I get your information, I will send those cards out. We are at 95 right now. We need 5 more, so subscribe. Zion being the number 1 card, if we get to 100.
Okay.
The 100th person will get that card.
Nice.
And we got the information on the other ones, right?
No, both Paloma and Don Wilson didn't give no information. So I just got their name.
So the ones that have subscribed already, if you recently subscribed, send me your information and you can send it to my email, which I just said, and we can get those cards out to you.
All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
God bless you. Thanks
Yeah,
again.
thank you, man. I appreciate it. Pleasure to meet you as well.
Another episode, another episode, Big Baller TV. Another episode, another episode, another episode. Following Dale Ball on his adventures.